guys, it's Kathy. I wanted to jump on here and talk about something that I talked about in my haul. I think I talked about it. Can't remember. But I know I had these, so I probably talked about it. It's these silicone sponges. Now I know everybody and their mama has done a video about the silly sponge when it came out. I held off for a long time trying it because I didn't want to pay $10 for it, to be perfectly honest, and me be very leery about buying it. The same reason I have not bought a beauty blender yet, because this real technique sponge has held me over quite well for a few years now. Probably need to buy a new one. It's starting to unravel. Oh well. So I saw these in the Halloween section at Walmart. They were two of them for, say, $4 or $5. I think they were like $3.98. Probably not the best, as good of a quality as the other sponge, because that brings them down to roughly $2.50 a piece. But you got two of them in there. They feel like silicone. They feel squishy, like I feel like a breast implant probably would feel like when I see them squishing them in there. Like whenever they're like trying them on those plastic surgery TV shows. That's what I feel like. Imagine they'd feel like this, like really floppy. So I've used this one. I've tried to do this video twice now. First time I had to delete the video. The second time my dog was a big distraction. Had to like make him go into the bedroom and shut the door. Alright, so here's the package it came in, and I just showed this, but it does have a description of how to use it on the back. I don't know how, like, what the original one talked about how to use it, but anyways, this is how this says to use it. It works perfectly to blend foundation, blush, highlighter, or concealer for a flawless finish. Uses less makeup than a sponge or brush. Use a small amount, tap and blend to smooth the product into your skin. Repeat as needed. Clean with lukewarm water and a mild soap as often as needed. That is one cool thing that I do like about this, is it's so much easier to clean. It's so much more hygienic than this sponge can be, because you know these things can hold bacteria if you don't clean them on a regular basis, which I do not. Just a secret. I don't do it on a regular basis. Yeah, it's probably nasty. I did just clean that recently, and then I've used it only twice since then, so it's actually not as bad. But this kind of concerns me. I wish this was a first impression video. Again, I've tried it twice, two other times now. The first impression was gone. This kind of gets in my way sometimes. This little like flap of plastic gets in my way. Whatever. We'll see what happens. So I'm kind of debated on whether I should just use my Younique, or if I should go into, like, which is an actual liquid foundation, if I should go in with my BB cream, which actually covers pretty surprisingly well. I was very surprised. But I'm going to use this foundation because it does do a little bit more coverage, I feel like. This does dry down to a matte. I need to exfoliate my face because right through here is like a weird dry patch. That's not the product's fault. That is my face's craziness. But I do think that, because I don't know if, I can't remember if the original sponge was shaped teardrop shaped. I don't think it was. I think it was more of like a, what is that, trapezoid? I don't remember. But it was more rectangle that was crooked. I think this trapezoid. I slept through geometry, and if I wasn't sleeping, I was probably in the bathroom. And geometry is probably your most useful subject, to be perfectly honest. But I slept through it. Alright, so I'm going to take this, and I've already shaken this Younique up. I do use Organza in it, sometimes taffeta. It depends on my mood, my feelings, and what I feel like that day. Well, that one's on the ground, so we're going to grab this purple one that has not been used yet. The last video I tapped it on the back of my hand. I think I'm just going to do a little drop on here. I do 3 small drops, which is not the whole tube, on the brush that I use with that, so we'll see how this goes. So I'm just going to take it, dot it on my face. blend it out like that, and then I'm going to, there's still some on there, start tapping. Kind of feels like I'm flopping a dead fish on my face. I am going to use a little bit more. Maybe that was too much. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's just, the thing is, I feel like this is just really awkward. And it looks terrible. It's streaky right now. I feel like it's flopping on my face like a fish. Did I already say that once? Because that's what I feel like it's doing. I do feel like it's leaving it streaky. That is probably just me being impatient, me applying it wrong. I don't know. But the sponge to face is not doing well. It's alright. I feel like the coverage is typically better with my brush, to be honest with you, and then it took me a lot less time with my brush. I just feel like this is just not completely covered up, and I need to exfoliate my face really badly. So, and again, that could just be user error, like me not really using it, not being used to using it and that kind of thing. So now we're going to take my concealer. I don't know what concealer I want to use. It's not that I have a lot. I just have 2 brands. I'm going to use this under one eye. It is the Magically Me by L'Oreal because it is a thinner consistency. And they still sell this. I've had it forever, and I'm going to need some more soon. I really do like it. Alright, that under one eye. And then the other eye, I'm going to use Younique's Skin Perfecting Concealer in, this is also in Organza. Alright. This one's more, the Lumia is more thin, and it's got kind of a sheen to it to help highlight more underneath your eye area. And you can use it like down your nose, kind of thing. Okay, now this is where the Younique is. It is a much, much, much thicker consistency than the L'Oreal. And I often like to actually blend this out with my finger just because I think the heat from my finger kind of warms it up some and helps spread it out. Okay, that's not bad. That's not horrible. I still feel like it's not covering as well as when I normally do it. I don't know why, because I feel like my fingers don't really absorb anything, and this doesn't absorb anything. I don't know why. I feel like the coverage is not as good, and it could just be myself, and again, me not knowing how to use it well. I haven't played with it much at all. Alright, so there is the foundation. I'm gonna go and then be right back with full face of makeup, and I will tell you my final thoughts, which basically I already said. But alright, be right back. Bye. Alright guys, so I got my makeup on. Not a lot. I just put mascara, blush, and bronzer on, and Can't even tell I put the eyeshadow on. So this silicone sponge, I think I feel like I give it probably a 3 out of 5 stars. Maybe 3.5. And the reason I give it that is because some of it I feel like it might be my fault. It might be someone else's fault. It might be that I used the wrong product with this. I don't know. But a couple of things that I feel like it might be good at doing, and I don't have my loose powder in here, is maybe like if you're baking, just tapping the powder in there. And let's see, I gotta maybe just like tapping the powder in there and tapping it under your eyes. That might work well. Because I feel like maybe that silicone might just like let powder attach to it really well. Overall, I don't regret buying them. They were only maybe $5 for 2 of them. Will I use them again? I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Just depends on my mood and if I look at it and say I want to use it. But it's probably not going to be the first thing I reach for. Some pros about this. Again, I think the thing with the powder would probably work well. Some pros about this is that it is it's pretty hygienic. I feel like personally, besides the fact I just dropped this one on the clear one on the floor. You can wash it after every use and not have to worry about it drying out like you do with brushes. You just, get soap, rinse it off, pat it dry, sit there and let it dry, whatever you want to do. But I do think that that's a cool thing about it. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If I did something wrong, tell me. Be nice about it. But tell me. I don't mind saying, hey, this might have been done a little wrong. Maybe you should try it differently this time. It was not my favorite product. I know people who love this, and that's great. It's just something that I feel like it's not going to be the first thing I reach for, but it might not be the worst thing in the world. So if you liked what you just watched, subscribe, comment, give me love, likes, hit that notification bell because apparently that helps in ways. But just let me know if you have any questions. If I can find this online somewhere, I'll put it below. I feel like I just saw one from Real Techniques. It had this, like, one of the sponges, like the orange sponge and a silicone sponge in the little package together. Maybe I'll try that one. See if for some reason I like it better. This does sometimes get in the way. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. If I can find this on Walmart's website, I will link it below. Maybe I'll just link the original sponge below. You can decide whatever you want to buy. I'll link the other products below too. So let me know if you have any questions. Love y'all. Bye.